The Tagalog word of the day is
BINIBINI, which means miss. Being a British Filipino can be a bit interesting. So let's get into this week's chismis.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tutu Chismis. Woo, 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 woo. It's your girl Gian.
It's your girl Giselle. And hey.
Hey,
I'm Moeysha.
Moeysha
back in the building.
yes.
Wow.
And Jen is not here today. I mean, she's here, but she's not here.
Not here.
Hi Moeysha, welcome back to another episode.
Hey, thank you for having me. How are you guys?
I'm good, man. I'm actually really good. How about you?
I'm good, I'm chilling.
She be killing, killing.
Yeah, I'm good too, thanks.
No one actually asked you. I was getting to it though. Moe, we spoke to you the other week all about your identity crisis, since we had an episode on identity crisis, but we actually born and raised in London, but you are not. So if you want to listen to that, make sure you scroll back and have a listen. But today we're actually going to get to know you.
Oh, that's so cute. You want to know me?
I want to know more about the Tita Moeysha.
Oh my god.
So, darling, how old are you again?
21.
I can't believe like how young you are.
21.
It's not that young. You're acting like you're 50.
No, but like, I'm turning 25 soon.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I look older than you. I don't know why.
And you're like the auntie.
Tita.
Jeez.
Been a tita. No, I came out of the womb. Ano ba yan? All of that.
I love it. I love it.
She came out of the womb with a duster. With chinelas.
And a towel.
And a towel.
I'm screaming. You say that though, but what industry are you in?
What do you mean? Oh, industry, creative industry.
Which is
well,
not Tita like.
Which is not Tita like, because I should have been a nurse. I was not academically prepared.
Honestly.
They said maths, I said, huh? They said science, I said,
Pardon?
what's that?
What's that?
I don't know.
I don't
Science? Science? I don't know. But yeah, no. Well, I'm like dabbling into the arts. That's what it's called. I wouldn't say like I'm a full-blown. This is me. I'm still experimenting my kind of mediums and what I want to do in terms of like my practice and like art form and stuff. I'm still in that kind of exploration mode, which is always good, and I always like don't want to limit myself, but I don't want to overdo it, so I'm taking things step by step.
At uni?
Not just uni, in life.
Oh, so you are in uni?
Yeah, I'm in uni, but am I really in uni?
Part-time.
Corona. Not even corona, I just haven't submitted.
It'd be like that,
It'd be like
honestly.
that, but
She said EC.
yeah, it's not even EC. It's just resubmission, and didn't send anything for resubmission. So now I'm waiting for a second resubmission.
I'm done.
But it was corona, so
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
be like that though. But it's fine. Like I kind of am happy where I am, even though, because my main goal isn't to be so focused in uni. It's more to be focused on what I want to do in my craft, which is good because I can do it without uni being
course,
there.
yeah.
Because
True, yeah.
I give myself my own projects and stuff. I mean, I've been doing kind of directing and photography recently. A lot of like music video directing. I wouldn't say a lot, but getting there, and it was fun. Yeah. It's just working for and it was fun. Like I love directing, and like I love doing all of that kind of prepping to do some directing music videos, editing as well. Like editing music videos was just sick. It's always nice. Like during quarantine, I practiced a lot, and like I was experimenting a lot, and like it was good. So it was fun. Like I know a lot of musicians, so it was good to be able to work with friends and stuff, which is nice. It's always nice, and like I have a lot of creative friends, so the circle I surround myself are all creative, so I'm always influenced and inspired, so it's always good to be surrounded by people
Bruh, when me and Jiz came to visit you,
Oh my god.
even
Your house, your
is
flat is just so
insane.
creative. Like,
Thank you.
coming from my Filipino house
Honestly.
with China, with Asian
spoon and fork
sofa,
on the
Oh my
wall.
with the Last Supper, and we come to your house with plant.
Honestly,
It's like
mirrors,
white
space,
plants,
just
white
creative
White-
space.
Wow.
No Jesus art.
No.
No hoarding mess.
No.
Oh, honestly.
So yeah, it's just like it's good because I've allowed myself to like
Really
experiment
be-
and like not be in like a small space, but live in like a place with just creatives. And it's always yeah. I think I always just surround myself naturally. I just attract like creatives, so I always like spend a lot of time creating, practicing, and doing things, dabbling into different things because I don't really want to narrow my options down. I think that's me. I'm like, even though it's important to like hone one craft, but then it's also very important to be open to others.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
how did you get into being a creative though? Because obviously you went to school.
Yeah, let's
we did
rewind
maths,
a little bit.
Math,
Oh my
science,
God.
English.
Oh
Did you
my
go sixth
God.
form? What did you do?
I didn't go sixth form actually. I
Okay.
did. I was very lucky to find this pre-foundation course, which was a bridge to foundation arts. So it was in a uni. So after secondary school, I went straight to uni basically.
Oh, so
Yeah.
how did you know you wanted to get into the arts, the creative side?
I
And
think
not academic.
I think it was weird because I was never really like I was okay at like academically I was okay.
Mm.
I wouldn't say I was the best because I really was not. I was like bottom set maths. My parents were not happy.
They must have flipped.
Yeah, they were not. They didn't know though, but I guess they'll know now. But yeah, no, like I was like bottom set maths. I was never like really. It's because I couldn't focus when it came to like I wasn't good at memorizing things and like studying like education is always it's never really about learning. It's about memorizing,
Yeah,
right?
it's about doing well on a test, really. Getting the
Yeah.
grades, getting
It's
the
just
results.
memorizing.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Yeah, memorizing the books and the text and the right things to say to get the marks. And I was always someone who was like, but I can't remember things unless I know what it actually means.
Yeah.
So it was very long and time consuming trying to revise because I was like, okay, I have to know what this actually means. But when it came to art, it was just like really not. I wouldn't say like natural. Like oh my god, God gifted me a talent. No, so it wasn't like that. It was just something that I had always enjoyed and always knew that there was room for that because I didn't have to memorize things. I didn't have to copy things.
Yeah, it
They
had to look up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was more of like experimenting, and I was a person who always liked experimenting things. So like, you know, in GCSEs when you get to pick, I did instead of art, I did textiles, and that was and I did obviously graphics, but graphics is pretty much like packaging products
Yeah, I
and
did
stuff like
graphics.
that. Yeah, it wasn't that like creative,
Yeah.
but it was interesting, and I did that, but I was more into I did a lot of summer school, so like I used to like I did it once and I started going every year, even though it was only for like year 7, 8. I got really close to the art teacher, and she allowed me to go every
that's
year.
nice.
But like
Yeah.
it was during summer, it was like a 2-week program that I just used to go in my secondary school, and I just create stuff, and I loved it, like loved making stuff, and like I loved producing stuff. And then I got into like photography, and it was cute because like my mom like had a camera and she sent it to me, she gave it to me
Aww.
because my mom lives in the Philippines, but she gave me a camera and like started practicing with that, and that was really like fun. But I didn't ever really dabbled like, you know, when you tell your parents, like the thing is I come from like my stepsister was a creative as well. She was into like arts and stuff and illustration, and she was really good, and like for sixth form she did art and stuff like that, and then she then went on to uni to do arts and stuff and something art related. And like my dad was always like somehow creative but never really explored it. And so like yeah, so when I obviously finished GCSEs and like trying to apply for like sixth form and stuff, I did not want to do anything academic. Like I genuinely like it wasn't for me. Like I know in my heart I was like, nah, I can't do this. So I was like applying for like BTech art, like any art stuff, just like art based like stuff, and then found that pre-foundation bridge to foundation, which is basically instead of doing foundation, because people usually do sixth form and they do an art foundation, and then they go into uni. But then I was lucky to find the pre-foundation, which is a year of like practicing art, different types of art, and then going to foundation instead of waiting until sixth form. And so I did that, and like that was where I really got to practice like being creative, because I was in uni already, and it was they provided you with all the equipment you needed and all the knowledge, and it was good because it helped me kind of find a creative style. I wouldn't say I still have the same creative style, but it started that journey. And like it wasn't just like in GCSEs they just teach you about which artist and like make a nice page, do a drawing, it was more of, we'll teach you different things and let you explore different artists and stuff, but then you find your own. And then it was really weird because I like literally tried everything, like I was dabbling into everything.
That's good though, because you actually know what you like and what you don't like. That.
So like beginning I was more into photography, and like really got into photography. I did like my first ever project in uni, well my pre-foundation, was about masculinity and exploring masculinity. I always loved topics that had meanings to it, and like was very educational, very like insightful stuff. And I did a project on masculinity and how like men and young men like kind of see masculinity and like the difference in that, and it was cool. I made a photo book, book binded myself and printed, like learned how to print. And then after that I was like, you know what, let me try 3D in architecture. I was like, let me try 3D architecture.
Jeez, how did that go?
It was good. Like I really enjoyed it. Like because I was like, I know how to know. No, that's not Filipino. But I know how to I can make a photography portfolio, but I can't make if I ever wanted to get into architecture, I can't have a portfolio because I don't know how to do it. So for my foundation year, because you had to pick which bridge you want to go into, so I obviously took the architecture route and like the 3D stuff, and learned how to produce stuff and like learn how to do the basics of architecture and interior design.
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I built a portfolio for that, and like towards the end of my final major project, it was then kind of like when I was applying for uni, I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna take a gap year, because I don't know if architecture was for me. Like I don't know, like obviously my parents were gassed when I said I was gonna be an architect. So like, yeah, that's money. My grandma was gassed. And then I was like, actually I kind of want to do photography for my final major project.
What
and,
did
like,
they say?
Like they didn't say nothing. They were just like, oh, you need to make your mind up, like why don't you just do an office job, da da da.
Of course, that was
stability. We spoke about stability.
Yeah, and like they want stability, which I understand, because they don't want to see their child like struggle financially. But then it's a case of like, I don't want to spend my life 9 to 5 sitting down Monday to Friday and like not being able to do stuff.
Like, it's something that was
do stuff above and beyond for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, it was kind of like tough, but my parents were supportive. I was very, very lucky to have supportive parents. Even though they were they'd make sly comments, they still never really said, no, you have to do this. They weren't that kind of people. They were just like, oh, they just worried about my stability in life. And so like they were always just like, oh, you sure this is what you want to do, da da da. And now I'm at an age where my parents are very supportive of everything I do and anything I do, and it's good, because it's important. Like,
you know, when you said them shady comments and stuff, then how did it make you feel though?
Like, obviously it was like stressful, like hearing it, because like, you know, even now till this day, like my grandma's like, oh, you need to finish your uni, and I'm like,
oh my god,
I want to drop out, but we don't talk about that. Lol. But yeah, no, like but my parents are very supportive of it. My stepmom's like, if you need to drop out, it's fine, like it's better, your mental health is so much better. But it obviously took a while to get to that point. But shady comments, like when you were younger, you'd be like, oh, like it's long, but then I never really, I
didn't take it in.
Yeah, I was such a bad child. Like I never really took it in. I was just like, but then there was one thing my dad said to me that was like really stuck to me. That's why their shady comments didn't mean anything. He was like, you're gonna be the one living your life. You're the one living your life. So I can't sit here and tell you what to do. And then for the rest of your life doing that, regretting it.
And you end up like resenting them as well, because it's like, you made me do this, or you pressured me into taking this
it's
route
hard
that I didn't want.
Exactly. And I feel so like bad for the people who do get pressured by their family, But then it's peak.
Yeah,
Like
it
it's
is.
so peak because like you just have to feel like you're doing this constantly, and then it gets to a point where it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live my life like
Feeling like it's a chore.
it's a
like
chore.
your job
Like
is a chore.
I'll be living my life. Like I want to live my life to an extent that I never even imagined.
Yeah, it's so
Like
true.
it's important to like, it's good for your mental health as well to be doing things that you want to do.
Yeah.
But no, that was quite it was good that I have supportive parents because they're young and so they're like more understanding. But obviously at first they were like, oh, does it make money? And then they were hearing how much money I got paid for a freelance job, and they're like, oh,
Wait, hang on.
actually that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
But and then they were hearing how my sister was making money
Yeah.
off her freelancing job, and they were like, wait, that's actually, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they approve when they hear money.
Literally when they
dollar
hear it.
sign job.
Literally.
But it's just like, it's just a matter of, they only care about your stability and like how you can afford to live your life and how you want to live your life and stuff like that. And I think living out was very important.
Okay, when did you move?
So I moved
When
out.
did you leave the nest?
I left the nest, I think, when I was 20. So not very
Oh,
long ago.
last
Actually, wait, that's a lie. 19.
Okay.
19,
Yeah.
yeah. So when it was so I took a gap year after my foundation.
Yeah.
Then I started like trying to do some creative stuff. But I think one thing about gap year is if you don't continue to focus on doing creative stuff, you won't.
You'll stay in the gap year.
Yeah, you'll stay in the gap year.
Yeah.
You won't like, you'll be so distracted. And I think I felt that for like most of my time in the gap year. I started getting into like film photography, but it was like here and there snaps and going out and meeting new people.
Yeah.
That's what I did, and it was more networking. I hate the word, but it's like more networking, like meeting new creatives and new people, and that was like really good. But I didn't really do anything creative. Like I personally felt like I didn't do much.
Okay, yeah.
Creatively,
Like looking back.
yeah, looking back. But
yeah,
it's like, it's fine now. I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
What would you have changed? if
I
you
mean,
could?
I would have kind of, I always say that. I would have kind of focused on like doing more creative stuff, like actually practicing. But as someone who doesn't have that much peas, I had to work so that I can sustain,
Yeah.
so that I can pay my rent.
Yeah.
I had to work full time. I was working full time, 40 hours to pay my rent because I moved out. Because I chose to move. Like, it was a choice to move out. And it was good for my mental health in a sense of living by myself because I was able to,
Really
be myself.
explore yourself.
Yeah, really explore myself. And that's like, and I'm glad that my parents were very supportive of me moving out.
Yeah.
And our relationship got so much better as well.
Oh, that's so
I moved
good.
out, yeah. It was so much better. Like, they were very respectful of my space, my time, and like how I am, and like just very like, we just have that they know my boundaries, and they know like that level of, because then also when they know you have your own yard, they're like, calm now, you can do whatever you want now.
Yeah, no, it's
you
true.
can do whatever you want because you don't live with
You're
them.
not under their roof.
Yeah.
It's
So
true.
like, I then started uni again. So first year I was doing art direction. And then it was good because I finally didn't have to work because I had student finance, bust me, and like I was doing more creative stuff then, and I was like really getting back. But then I felt like now I feel like uni is just more of it's like a chore.
Does it feel like a chore now?
Yeah, like it's just peak because even though I know there's good things to uni, but because of Corona and the strikes that it was having, I couldn't use any of the equipment. I couldn't use anything. I couldn't go into uni and stuff like that and do what I want to do. So now it's just back to square one.
Are you in final year, third year?
Yeah, well, I'm meant to be in third year, so I don't know, because I don't know if I have to retake my year, which I don't mind as well. Like, I'm in no rush when it comes to education. Like, you know how everyone's just rushing to finish uni, but
that was me, can't lie.
For why though? Like, don't have to rush. Like, take your time. Like,
So true.
if I have to take a year where I'm just redoing, that's fine. Like, at least I would have been able to do it better this year because then I already had a run. Like, I'm not in a rush as well, like with finishing education. I
It's
think
always
it takes
going to be
time.
there as well, to be honest.
Exactly.
People go to uni at like 40.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
Exactly.
So true.
I'm literally thinking, wow, now I know why we call you Tita Moeysha. You have a very mature mindset, especially because you left your nest really quite early compared to like us, like
I'm still in the nest.
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy in the nest though, so
it's calm. You save money.
Yeah,
you save so much money.
Mm.
Like the only issue with like moving out young and not having like student finance to support you, so you're gonna have to work 5 days a week to maintain that.
It's true.
Like you have to work 5 days a week. You have to work 40 hours unless your parents are providing you the money.
Yeah.
If they're not, then you're working 40 hours.
Yeah, you actually have to fend for yourself.
Yeah, and that was
so
long.
true.
Like it was so long. It did tire me out, and that's why I didn't really do creative stuff because I was always tired. Like I got home, I was tired. But then I got to meet people that I still hang out with now and like create with, and like it was good. It was a tough year creating stuff physically, but I got to meet people, and it was nice. So yeah, that was sweet.
Oh, you always mention your creative projects. What are you working on right now?
Well, during Corona lockdown, I was working on this thing called BINIBINI, which means, what does it mean? Young lady. How can I ask? Miss.
You know, like Miss, Mrs, Mr.
Yeah. So
BINIBINI is Miss.
You call your teachers in the Philippines. You don't really, but BINIBINI, or you could call them BB.
I honestly didn't know that.
I did not know
But
that.
they don't do it anymore. It's like Miss.
Yeah.
That's it now.
Oh, is it?
But then they call them by their first name, not their second name.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. In like grade 1 to 3. I don't know about up, but
Really?
Yeah.
First name?
yeah.
You know, even till now, I can't even call like people by like elders by their first name. Even my tutor in uni, I couldn't call him by his first name.
Yeah, it's
I would
so
have to be
weird.
like Mr. or Sir.
Really?
I
In
could
uni, you have to
never-
call them by their surname.
by the first
First
name.
name.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
us.
I
Yeah,
can't. I literally want to call him Uncle.
It's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, just the respect thing,
Yeah.
innit? You grow up and you never call an auntie and uncle by their
It's
first
actually drilled
name.
in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so calling like an adult by their first name, I'm just like
Yeah.
Same. I remember when I was working at the primary school, so obviously it was my own primary school, so a lot of the teachers who were my teachers then became like my colleagues.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I could not even call them.
Oh my god.
I just sometimes wouldn't address them.
Yeah,
by
but then,
anything.
yeah.
And I was just kind of like, it was so weird. Even like the head teacher, she was like, yeah, so it's now. And I was like, oh yeah, Mrs. I was just like, I couldn't do it.
That's so mad.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like in the Philippines, they call you call them by their first name. It's Miss, and then but yeah. So BINIBINI is like an exploration between beauty standards in the Philippines and how it affects British Filipinos, and how not only the beauty standards in the Philippines, but the beauty standards in Western culture. So it's an exploration of that, and how I worked with, I think it was at one point it was over 40 women, Filipino women from predominantly not from Philippines. They were all from England, and one girl was from Australia and one girl was from Canada, and that was great. Like, it was nice getting together, and it was that. So I was trying to do it all during lockdown, kind of FaceTiming, Zoom calls, FaceTime shoot, Zoom calls, and that was like really fun.
I thought it was so fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
And I didn't expect that so many Filipino women to come to me. Like, I remember just making a post like Filipino women on Insta, and then people reposting it that weren't Filipino, and like Filipinos reposting it, and then people just messaging me, and I had a flux of like just messages like, hey, I want to be involved, and I really wanted to get everyone involved. But yeah, it was 40. I was like, admin by myself.
Yeah, that must have been a lot,
It was really mad. And then like, what I loved about it the most is not saying that I didn't like the outcome or anything like that. There has not been a set outcome yet, but like, I loved the conversations we had and the weekly kind of meetings we would. So it was more of like a
safe space.
Yeah, it was a community. So it was kind of building a community and like bringing all these Filipino women together and talking about experiences as a British Filipino, you know, and the beauty standards that affected them, that was from like Filipino standards and then the Western standards and representation. It's all about representation as well, and the importance of Filipino representation for young, especially young kids from here that are Filipino, like British Filipinos. And like, so yeah, it was that, and we would have meetings just talking about different things, discussing like different topics, and we'd have shoots, and like I just wanted everyone to feel good, look good, and like just, it was nice because we all really came together and supported each other, and like was always positive when it came to each other. And we had moments where we were crying.
Oh my god!
When you said there were tears, I was like, I ain't gonna cry.
And we were crying.
Did I not cry my eyes out?
We were bawling.
I think Jiz even started it, and then everyone was like,
No, do you know? I can't remember her name, but I saw her getting emotional, and then that got me emotional, and then
you got emotional. I got emotional, and I saw
everyone was crying. Like there was one point, it was just like this. We were talking about toxic Filipino traits.
Yeah.
And we would, so
like
we,
parents.
parents.
Yeah. So
those ones hurt the most.
Yeah, of course.
Boy.
So it wasn't just on like beauty standards. It was kind of like I said, it was
Experiences.
building a community for all these women to get together and just kind of speak on experiences as a, you know, British Filipino or as a Filipino in general, and how they felt being Filipino. And like it's funny because obviously we were talking about it in the last episode, so it's just for, like in terms of me, and like hearing other women go through certain things as well is really insightful, because you don't feel alone and you don't feel like it's just you.
Yeah, that's
And
what
like
it
you have a
is, you
support
know.
group, and I'm so glad, because now I see like even after the, you know, project, I mean it still hasn't finished, it's still ongoing, it's just on a little pause, but seeing like everyone still get together, like talking,
We still hype each other.
hype
and
and love
in the comments,
the comments are mad.
When everyone posts, I'm like,
Yes,
love
literally.
start, yes. The story
Yeah.
that you were calling out for girls. So I don't think I had seen your Instagram.
and I
then
messaged,
someone messaged it to me.
Oh,
and I was,
sick.
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
sent me the
yeah.
story, and I was like, wait, this is my cousin.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wait, what? And
I'm
then I went to your Instagram and I saw it, and I was like, oh my god. And then like I messaged you.
I also messaged loads of Filipino girls I knew as
it
well.
was just so nice that people are kind of like, oh my god, yeah, she'd be into that, and
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah.
everyone together in this space. And like, even when I saw, you know how you made two group chats like in the DMs, when I saw like other people that I knew, I was thinking, wait, how does she know her, and how did she, and I was just like, whoa.
It wasn't, it was just people sharing, but
was so
and it's nice to see representation, like to see so much representation, and how different, like, you know, obviously Filipino girls are all going to be different because everyone's unique and individual, but
we
we're
relate
not just
so much.
much. It's
So
crazy.
much.
Yeah, exactly. So it's so
Wow.
nice. It was so nice.
No.
How did you guys feel about it?
Yeah, literally, let's take a moment.
I am truly grateful for the project.
Same.
Honestly, like it has opened my eyes so much. I've met so many people that, like, I'm just like, wow, like where have you been?
Yeah,
bitch? And I just
Literally.
love it. You've really connected us, and it's really like, like just
It's so
truly
cute.
grateful, honestly.
Same, yeah.
Oh my days,
guys.
my tia is coming.
Stop it!
damn.
Stop!
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it was so
No,
nice.
stop it, Modo.
I'm so Fake tears.
It was
But yeah.
yeah, and like as emotional as it was, like it was still fun, like
Yeah.
engaging.
It was fun, man.
Like we did Netflix party, and you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
we
Late
did.
night
I'm dead.
Oh,
Oh, the
but
late night Zoom.
That was
Was
that-
jokes.
I wasn't there, but it seemed jokes.
No, it was
jokes.
actually like we were there till like 2 a.m.
We were doing quizzes.
We were doing quizzes,
Filipino
chatty
quizzes,
shit,
chit-chatting.
looking at our old pictures.
Oh my god,
We
yeah.
did
Sharing
Zoom, sharing screen.
Oh.
Can you
Oh my god,
imagine?
it was so embarrassing. But it was cute, like got to meet so much like Filipino girls,
No,
and like
yeah.
not like obviously I knew quite a few Filipino girls, but to like I think that was all I knew. I thought they were the only Filipino girls.
Yeah.
But then to see that there was more, like
So
just
much.
like what? Where did you come from? Where'd you come from? Where'd you come
Yeah.
from? And it was nice. Like it was nice because everyone had mutuals somehow.
Yeah.
Everyone knew each
It
other,
was-
but it's just
everyone knew each
basically
other, yeah.
Everyone basically knew each
It's
other.
actually like just female empowerment as
It
well.
was, it was, and it was so nice.
nice.
And like learning about the culture together.
Yeah.
And like me, it was as like obviously someone who I know there was a few girls as well who were born in the Philippines and grew up there and then moved here. But like me actively trying to learn things so I can relate it back to the girls, it was really good. Like it really motivated me to learn more. So I love that. Like it was like we talked a lot about beauty standards and like how kind of we do feel like we lack representation, but then with Tutu Chismis it's here now.
We representing.
So it'd be like that. But yeah, and also it's just like more people are coming about. You see more creatives now that are Filipino, like
bruv, say it louder.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of Filipinos have been following me. There's so many Filipino podcasts now. There's so many just coming through, and we're attracting them. So it's so nice to just like support each other as well.
Exactly.
So many businesses, Filipino-owned businesses.
Yeah, oh my, we love that.
What?
Shout out Panda Cell Factory because
cheese.
you went out banging.
Lip
Oh
gloss.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Lip gloss.
Scrunchie.
Mask.
Face mask.
Everything.
true.
Cakes.
Everyone
like Filipino
come
flavors.
through.
Food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout
I
out to
love
Spot
it.
London.
Shout out Lorenzo Casino.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out. They're banging.
Ube.
Hidden
what else?
Countenance. There's Kezia.
Kezia
Hattie.
Hidden Countenance.
Oh,
banging.
so many.
Do you, what's the DYS dessert?
Yeah.
What's it called? Do you even dessert? No. Do you,
I'm not sure what it stands
Okay,
for.
I'm so
Shout
Shout
sorry.
out Mama
Shout out
Sons.
you.
Oh yeah, Mama Son's been at it as well.
Been at it.
Yeah, they've
Literally.
been at
I
it.
do love a
Rex,
Mama Sons.
the chef.
Oh yeah, Chef.
Wow,
Rex.
there's so
Food
many.
with May.
Chanel.
Oh, yeah, Food with May.
Model.
Chanel.
Model.
Yes. Hi girls. Guys,
Hiya,
she's
yeah.
banging.
If you
She
need
pay.
a Filipino model, we got you. Chanel.
Shout out Aisha Raquel, Angelou May.
Oh, yeah,
baddest
Angelou May.
bitches ever.
There's so many. Okay, what else? No. There's too many. There's too
There's
many.
actually so many.
You know what? Go on Tutu Chismis. Go on the following list, and you can find every single type of like industry, service,
Yep.
anything you need.
Products.
Like,
Everything.
we got you. You don't need to be doing no
Shop
big
locally,
industry stuff.
man. Yeah.
Support
So,
local businesses.
Support local Filipino businesses.
We love to
So
see it.
nice.
It's
Wow.
so nice
Heartwarming,
seeing
man.
that.
My heart is
I know, I'm
warm right
so
now.
gassed right
Wow.
now.
Like if you want some Filipino desserts, you know where to go now.
Oh my
god, you don't have to
gosh,
stress
yes.
about like
Even like restaurants, there's more.
Restaurants,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
oh my
mate.
god, don't
Stop.
even.
Bang bang. Like
Yeah.
everyone in there, like just obviously Asian in general.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's so
mate.
cute. I love seeing it. I always
So
want to put my
nice.
money.
Literally,
Yeah,
take
trust
my
me.
money.
Take it then.
Take it. Take my overdraft. Take my overdraft.
No, I'm so gassed, honestly. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
And it's like
Nice.
I feel like you only start to notice it when you engage more
Mm.
Yeah,
with the community.
like you're attracting
the
the
algorithms, baby, they work. Google listens, Apple listens. They know.
And your own energy as well. It's what
Yeah,
you
of
put
course.
out.
It's good.
And then
of
it
course.
comes back to
Literally.
I'm so gassed right now. I could jump. I
We've
could jump.
forgotten.
What?
Hotel October.
Hotel October.
yeah,
Oh my
banging.
gosh. We told you every single
been telling you.
service that you need. We got studio, we
got it.
got food, we got
Literally the
We got
best.
we got fashion brands.
Fashion.
Oh my gosh, shout out Suki Project.
Oh, yeah.
They plug like any Filipino services out there.
That's sick.
Bruv. What?
That's sick. That's
I'm
sick.
so gassed right now. What else? Whew. My brain is going.
Literally everything's
Yeah, it's just so much. There's so much like they're especially it's nice because it's not just from the Philippines now. They're in London.
They're in London.
UK best.
We are
best
actually
based-
making a mark in London.
Yeah,
Like,
we
people-
have to.
We're gonna be Filipino representation.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
actually.
looking. The younger generation's gonna be looking at us and be like, "Rah, if they're making it, then I can make it."
Yeah, it's true.
We
Wash your hand,
didn't
baby
have
girls.
that. We
Yup.
didn't have that, so we're making sure that we do
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's important as well. Like you don't want to be young. When we were younger, there was barely any like Filipino stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just about
Barely.
it's just about your crew and the people you hang out with.
Literally.
And like maybe what was that brand that did the wooden?
I don't know the
I don't
actual
know,
brand, but
yeah.
like the 3 stars in the sun.
Yeah,
I remember
shout outs
that.
to you because you started it.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
They
Yeah,
started it. He
that's
was
true.
Filipino. Like he
That
did
is
Jollibee,
actually
he did
true.
the.
I remember that Tumblr days. Huh?
Kid Crush.
Kid Crass.
Is it Kid Cram?
Kid Cram.
Jeez,
Wow.
shout out to you.
It's so
Because
true.
you really put your foot there. Trocadero.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you
big
not
up.
remember the Filipino boxing gloves, the mini ones?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you like hang it on your Just Do bag or whatever.
Or in your
Oh my
car.
God. Oh
I
my
still see that.
God. See,
So
I have
like-
a neighbour. On the
Sis,
back
your
of
whole
his-
neighbour is
My whole
Filipino.
neighbour.
Alright.
Literally, I have a neighbour. Yeah, on the back of his car, he's got a sticker that says "Pogi Ako."
Oh, we love
I'm thinking,
that.
you go.
Yeah, we just want to see more Filipino, like
You're bad.
successful
Man saying ice cream,
Filipinos.
you know.
What did you say?
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
Yeah, we just want to see more successful Filipino businesses, people. So it's always good to support your culture.
Trust
Don't
me.
be a snake.
This
Just
one,
because-
you're being a snake. Man said ice cream.
Ice cream,
you
ice
know.
cream,
You're
ice cream.
so bad,
Ice cream,
Gian.
that is bad.
That is bad.
That is bad. That is bad.
Stop it. Just because you're not Poggy.
Oh,
Just because you're not.
I'm going
You're not like.
she's
I'm
gone
getting
dark.
dark.
Oh my
Maganda
God.
ka.
Yeah. Well, one more person I need to plug. Biggie Travels.
Oh,
That
your
is
twin.
my G. Biggie Minx. Go find him on YouTube. He's trying to reach 50k. He's actually trying to reach 100k.
Jeez,
He's
reach for the
coming up to
stars.
like 43k now. So go subscribe. Oh my gosh.
We love it.
Yeah, there's so much. We plugged so much people
I know,
today.
I know.
Honestly.
My breath is gone.
And then
No more.
I'm still. Oh yeah, big up to Jollibee our school. Sponsor Susu Cheese,
Please.
Trust me. They've opened
It's
one
an
in
East
Liverpool
bar.
now.
No, they didn't.
They shut
It's
that
not.
one
It's
as
a
well,
kitchen.
no?
It was a kitchen during lockdown. It's
Not
done.
in Liverpool.
No, it's a kitchen during lockdown. It was just a kitchen.
But honestly, my cousin works there though.
Isn't it a kitchen?
No.
It's an actual restaurant.
You mean Liverpool,
In
like-
Liverpool.
Oh,
as in
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah.
I was thinking Liverpool Street because.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't know that
They're
one?
only in lockdown at Stepney Green. I swear it's Stepney Green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's lock off.
Oh,
Yeah, because that was only a kitchen.
man.
Okay, big ups Liverpool.
I did
Liverpool.
Liverpool, like Liverpool.
Yeah, that one.
Liverpool.
Liverpudlians.
Liverpudlians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I didn't
Well,
know
they're
that. That's
expanding.
sick, you know. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
my cousin works there. Shout out to you, Gian. Her name is also Gian.
Jeez, runs in the family.
Yes.
Banging.
I'm screaming.
That's
But,
sick.
wow. Mm.
Ah, wow.
We're
Love it.
going up. We're going up.
Literally, we're going.
So we'll meet you guys at the top as well.
Sick.
Love
man.
that. I love
So
seeing
nice.
new creative, like Filipino creatives as well. Like,
I know,
warms
it's
my
so nice.
heart.
I
Like,
know.
there's this Filipino designer I've been following, Cabrini Roy. Sick work. Shout out.
I'll
She's so hard.
follow.
Like, her pieces are like, there's some Filipino inspired that are really sick. They're, like, I love
it.
her stuff. Like, I've been looking at her stuff. I've been looking at more Filipino like artists and like creatives to follow and like just put
Me
together.
as well, yeah.
It's because it's important to just support and just like
Yes.
spend your money,
Trust me.
because it's like there's not much representation, not yet, but it's coming.
It's coming.
It's actually
definitely coming up.
So close. It's
Yeah.
coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
So
We just
true.
have to
I
keep
feel
at
it.
it, to be honest.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that is true.
Anyway, wow. I have no more energy. It was from the screaming of shouting everyone out.
Innit?
So, have you guys got anything else to say?
Yeah. Do you have anything?
No, just support your local businesses, support your people. Yeah, that's all I've got to say, really. I think, yeah, I'm just blown away, really. I'm actually blown away. Have you got anything to say? Take her
Me?
message.
No, I wanted to ask Moe, for those Filipinos who do want to go into the creative industry, but are too like scared of what their parents might think, how do you think they should go about it?
Oh, every parent is different, so how they like support is very different. So like, obviously you have to like, you know your parents best, but it's also I understand the pressure and like wanting to make your parents proud, but most parents just want you to be financially stable.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like a lot of parents are being more understanding now
Yeah,
because they're seeing how much money creativity makes.
Yeah, 100.
So yeah, so it's about that, but it's just kind of, I think my best advice in terms of like, if you want to be a creative, I wouldn't say like I'm there yet, but I'm still learning and I'm still, you know, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, I'm the sickest, but because I'm not, I'm still like, I'm still learning day by day, and like I still have a lot to learn, but it's just practicing and just like allowing your body to like not to be too hard on yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because like sometimes some people are like, oh my god, you need to graft every day, practice every day, but sometimes your body don't want you to practice. Sometimes the things you're doing is not meant to be for you, and your body will tell you. You need to listen to your body.
It's gut instincts, body, all of that.
Like when there's a difference between being lazy and not being demotivated and not wanting to do it, and actually your body not wanting, it's not for you. So it's just like understanding your body and like what's the difference between you being just being lazy or you actually not it's not being like it's not for you kind of thing, and just like dabble and like be open to explore. Don't limit yourself to one, but then once you find something that keeps you happy and makes you happy and that's something you enjoy as a passion, just keep at it. You got this.
Honestly, nice balance.
I love that. I love
that.
that.
Definitely like hear your body. That's so important to understand your mental health and like where your head's at. So if you're like, you wake up one day and you're like, I can't think of anything and I don't want to create because I can't think of anything, I have a creative block, it's fine. You shouldn't be hard on yourself for that, because once you like really pressure yourself into trying to find something, you're gonna create work that you're not proud of, and there's no point. Like, well, I wouldn't say there's no point, because you will always find you are your own biggest critic. Like true. You will always not like your work because you already visualized an idea in your head of how you want it to look, and sometimes you don't have the skills and like you don't have the stuff and like the equipment to produce the set of like the expectations you put yourself. And of course you're going to put yourself in like high expectations because you see what's on social media, because you see what you think you're competing with, but the only person
don't compare.
Don't compete with the only person you're competing with is yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you don't look at you appreciate and be inspired by people's work, but never ever compare yourself.
Do you, boo?
Yeah, exactly. It's harder said than done. Of course, it's easier said than done. Easier said than done, but it's very important to get in that mindset to just go at it and like listen to your body. If you don't want to do it today, you don't want to do it today. It's fine. And it's always good to take a break from it. Anyways, it's good to like take a step back and like maybe just watch a film. Be inspired in different ways. You don't have to exactly be just inspired by learning different artists and creatives and stuff like that. Sometimes it's the most mundane things. You can be washing your dishes and the idea just comes to your head.
It could be any time.
When I'm showering.
Is it?
Literally.
Anywhere and everywhere, and then our voice notes I don't forget.
Oh,
girls, it's flowing into my head.
Literally, that is
so true.
And sometimes it could be when you're walking and like just chilling, like you could just come up
literally anywhere.
So that's why it's important to just like, if you don't want to do it today because you physically can't think of anything, or like you're just unhappy with the way it's looking, obviously take in consideration because you may not have the skill set or thing, but it's practice does bits. Practicing and always trying to like explore different things is important.
Jeez. Thank you, Tita Moeysha.
Thank you.
To end it, it's okay. To end it, my last piece of advice. Well, it's not really advice. Just big up your peoples, man.
Yeah, it's true. It's important.
Really, just like I already said, the energy you give out, the energy will come back to you as well. On that note, if you believe in us, Tutu Chismis and by Moeysha, make sure you spread the word about us, share it on your story, tell people about us, tell your aunties, your mum and dad,
maybe not,
your cousins,
you know,
your other friends that you think would benefit from our podcast.
And it's literally free to
share,
to like,
to listen,
to comment. So follow us on all platforms.
You might be inspired, you know.
Exactly.
You never know. You never know.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Have an amazing week. Bye.
You've reached the end of another episode with your favourite chismosas. If you're eager to learn more about us and the culture, find us at Tutu Chismis on all platforms.